Westpac announced the sale of its financial advice business to Viridian Advisory, and also announced that it was shutting down its other AFSLs, Magnitude and Securitor, where those planners will be looking for new homes. I get asked a little bit, why would they do this? And apart from the reasons they put out in their press release, I think it comes back to two factors. One is the increasing compliance and regulation around providing advice. Going forward to do this well, you will need substantial infrastructure, which comes at a cost, and I'm not sure Westpac really wanted to pay that money for perhaps an uncertain return and the risk that comes with that. Also, I think there's an increased perception and awareness of conflicted advice and vertical integration. So we're now moving into an environment where largely advice will be separated from product sales, which is a great thing. The banks also will no longer control distribution. Certainly they will have platform, as BT will retain Panorama. It wants business into Panorama, but it won't be getting that from aligned advice groups. Personally, I don't think the banks ever really understood how to do financial planning well. They made it into a sales environment. It was all about selling a product, and their remuneration structures reflected that. But financial planning is really about advice, and product secondary in the new world of financial planning. Also, I think the banks looked at it from a very transactional nature, a bit like selling a mortgage or selling a credit card. But financial advice is not like that at all. It's relational. It's not a one-off sale. It's an ongoing relationship. And evidently the banks, I believe, have struggled a little bit with that. It creates a tremendous opportunity for advice businesses to focus on service offerings that demonstrate clear value to their clients through the advice that they provide. And it's no longer about, well, I'll select the best product for you, or this super fund's better than that super fund. It's all about advice going forward. And we know that clients value advice. Core Data did some research recently, and their research showed that for those who actually pay for financial advice, around 70% of them agree or strongly agree that they receive good value for money for the fees that they pay. So don't listen to what the negative people are saying. There are clients out there who truly value good financial advice. You know, the next few years will be very challenging for this advice industry as advisors take on the new challenges of higher education, financial advisor exams, changes from the Royal Commission, and increased scrutiny from the regulator. And of course, we haven't had a market correction for a while either. So it's going to be very interesting times over the next few years as banks shape and change their advice arms and get rid of them, and for advisors to navigate all of the changes. But these changes are necessary for us to become forward and become a genuine profession. No longer a product-focused industry, but a profession that genuinely is about selling financial advice and strategy to improve the financial lives of Australians. Banks like Westpac leaving the financial planning industry doesn't mean that the financial planning industry is dead. What it does mean is that the way that they used to deliver advice is dead. Having a product-focused way of delivering advice is wrong. Making it all about sales will no longer work in the new world. It is, and it's always been and will be going forward, about relationships, not about transactions. The businesses that will thrive in the future will have a very clear understanding of who their clients are and what their clients' problems are. And these businesses, to survive and thrive, will be able to deliver very, very clear value propositions around solving their clients' problems and demonstrating the value of their advice to their target market. Also, they'll leverage technology to deliver the advice in a much more cost-efficient and just efficient manner than the way that they currently are. So advice isn't dead. There's tremendous opportunities in the financial planning industry, but not everyone is going to survive the transition. I believe some advice firms will struggle in the environment with all the changes going on, but others will thrive. I'd love your thoughts on this. What do you think of Westpac exiting the advice industry? What do you think of the moves by the other banks? And what do you think the advice business of the future needs to look like in order to succeed in this new environment? I'd love your comments. Leave them below. Give me your feedback and let me know what you think. And thank you again for watching.